2, 3, 4.
So my first tip is, I can't remember. My first tip is to plan. First of all, it starts with setting your goals. What do you want to achieve? Are you wanting to cook healthier in the kitchen? Are you wanting to gain muscle mass, lose fat mass, gain endurance, gain strength? Get a little specific. That's the first place to start. So if you just say, I want a healthy lifestyle, well, that can mean a million different things. So get specific on what you want to do. I always recommend, of course, cooking healthy, eating healthy, so figuring out healthy recipes. I also recommend finding time to work out at least 3 days a week, minimum. And you can get a lot done in 3 days a week, but if you do 2 days a week, you're kind of maintaining what you have for the most part. You're not gonna see as many results as quickly. So get a plan. Planning means more than just stating your goals. How are you gonna get there? So when it comes to healthy eating, I always suggest start simple. I suggest starting simple with everything. Plan to eat as clean as possible, knowing that you're gonna have 10 to 20% wiggle room of eating packaged foods, prepared foods, stuff like that. You can't always eat clean 100% of the time, and no one expects you to. So when it comes to breakfast, lunch, and dinner, half of your plate should be vegetables, a quarter of your plate should be healthy grains, and a quarter of your plate should be healthy protein. So that's kind of the basic guidelines I give to people. Making sure that you're eating a lot of vegetables. That's going to guarantee that you stay full, satiated, that you don't get these crazy hunger strikes mid-afternoon or at dinner, and you can eat so many vegetables for so little calories. And of course, weight loss is more calories out than you take in. So figure out what you want your diet to look like. And then also plan for your workout. So it's more than just, I'm gonna work out 3 days a week. When? Where? What? So make sure you get as specific as possible. I love to tell people to write their workouts into their calendar. You are just as important as the people that you work for, as the people that are working for you. You are just as important as everyone else around you. So let's treat you as such. Just like you would write a doctor's appointment into your schedule, write your workouts in. If you know it, if you have a good plan, all you need is 30 minutes. 45 is a great amount of time, is where I usually stick for my workouts, and I usually have my clients do 45-minute workouts, very effective. No more than an hour. In this day and age, you don't really have that much time. So try to make sure that you're writing yourself into your schedule. Schedule yourself. So my second tip is kind of a pet peeve of mine, like when I'm working out in the gym, not training, and I see people doing stuff that they have no idea what they're doing. So it's like bad form, bad range of motion. That's something you want to avoid when starting your wellness journey and your fitness journey. So make sure that whether you're getting advice in person through online training, or you're just doing research for exercises and stuff like that, that you're actually taking advice from people who are degreed, who are highly esteemed professionals in the field. You know, unfortunately for training, it's kind of a wild, wild west situation, in the sense that you can have someone who likes to work out, who can go take an 8-hour course and get certified, and then you have people that have bachelor's and master's and PhDs in exercise physiology and human movement. So it runs the gamut. And so I see personally a lot of my people are people who come to me who have been injured from CrossFit, or who have been injured from other trainers. And I'm not saying those trainers are bad or whatever, but it's just a bad combination. So make sure that you are focusing on form and range of motion more than you're focusing on lifting heavy weight or doing the best, most difficult version of an exercise. Make sure you have your foundations first. So follow the advice from people who know what they're talking about. The reason why this is important, and I put it in my list of like top things to consider when starting a new wellness program, is that you can hurt yourself, and you have to have a foundation. You have to know what you're doing. You have to move appropriately. There's a lot that you can get away with. However, if you just jump in and go to heavy barbell squats and you've never done it before in your life, you're gonna hurt yourself. So make sure, again, that you are learning from people who know what they're talking about. My third piece of advice is to do it for you. Don't keep up with the Joneses, meaning don't worry about what your neighbor's doing, what your friend is doing, what the guy at the gym is doing. Don't worry about what that cool guy on Instagram is doing with his cool workouts and all his followers. Don't worry about any of that. It kind of goes back to the second thing, range of motion form, like getting the good advice from the right person. If you're not listening to your body, if your body doesn't like a form of movement that you're trying to force it to do because someone else is doing it, then that's your body telling you something, and you're setting yourself up for injury and for failure. Find ways to move that motivate you. If you like to rollerblade, do that. If you like to go hiking, do that. If you really love heavy lifting, do that. If you like light lifting / cardio, high intensity stuff, do that. Do whatever makes you happy. Because if you're trying to force yourself to do something in comparison to others, trying to keep up with them, you're only setting yourself up to fail. You're only setting yourself up to feel crappy. And then when you can't achieve all these weird things, you don't even know the goals that they're working for. So how do you know what you're working towards? So when you don't know where you're going, it just sets you up for failure. So don't worry about anybody else. Same thing with diet. I'm a pescatarian. I eat dairy and I drink whey protein and all of that great stuff. But that works for me. I have clients who are gluten-free and grain-free, and I have clients who just do vegan protein powders. I have clients that don't do protein powder. It doesn't matter. Find a way that allows your body to feel good and run with it. You're you. You're amazing. Listen to yourself. Number 4, set yourself up for success by coming from a place of success, coming from a place of positivity. Ask yourself why you're doing what you're doing. It kind of comes full circle, right? Because this is what we talked about in the first point. Ask yourself your why. Why are you doing this? Don't come from a place of not enough. Don't do this because you're too fat or you're too skinny or you're too slow or you're not strong enough or any of that. Stop it. Cut it out. It's not allowed. Do it from a place of, I want to be stronger, I want to be better, I want to make myself as strong as I know how to be, I want to make myself as fit as I know how to be, I want to feel good, I want to take care of my body, I want to not wake up with aches and pains, I want to be the amazing person that I am. So whatever negative thinking you have around starting this routine, your fitness routine or your eating habits, try to make them positive. Because when you come from that place of not enough, it's like keeping up with the Joneses, you're setting yourself up for a big letdown. You're not leaving room for success because you're already pushing yourself down in the negative. So try to keep everything positive. It is okay to have fear. It is okay to be a little bit nervous and apprehensive about walking into a gym or starting new eating habits, a new diet. It's okay to be that way, of course you are. You're starting something new. It's totally human to have apprehension and to have fear when starting a new endeavor. But you have to remember why you're doing it, right? And it's for a positive reason. It's to make yourself the best version of you possible, and that's worth it. That's worth breaking through the fear. So fear is okay. Fear is healthy and natural, but the negativity, the bad self-talk, putting yourself down, coming from a place of not enough, that's not okay. And there's a difference between that and fear. So ask yourself, when it comes to starting a new fitness routine or new diet or whatever, any sort of new endeavor, ask yourself, what am I feeling? Where is this coming from? And then change the language behind it if you need to. So short and sweet. My top things for getting started in a new wellness regimen. Ask yourself why, know what you're doing, find the right people to follow, to get advice from. Don't do anything that's not suitable for you. Don't do anything that doesn't even sound fun to you. Do it for yourself. And then finally, make sure it's a positive thing. Make sure that you make this a positive experience, because hopefully wellness for you will be a lifelong journey. And the only way to get that way is one foot in front of the other, one positive thought at a time. You've got to keep motivating yourself because you're worth it.